April 2022, the Pipistrel Motorglider I purchased from Ireland arrived in Australia. Once here, I trailered it home to prepare it for flight. That is a 80 horsepower Rotax 912. 4 months later, I took it to my country airfield for the last stages to get it into the air. Little did I know then that it would take close to a year to fill out the paperwork. This is my little airfield. So I haven't seen mine for a while. Here it is over here. Somebody kindly did that for me, because it's starting to improve on my work. And tied it down properly. That was nice of them, because I haven't been out here for 2 months. This is held together with Velcro. I think what I might do is turn off the camera and do a bit of maintenance. Hello everybody. I have a little bit of an announcement to make. We have had a breakthrough with regards to the Motorglider. Now, it's been a roller coaster, incredibly frustrating at times, trying to get the bureaucracy, because I imported the aircraft from another country, and to cut an incredibly long and enormously frustrating story short, basically, when this aircraft was built, between then and now, the rules and laws in Australia changed. So this aircraft couldn't be easily categorized in Australia, even though it is identical to aircraft being flown right now in Australia, because it's a factory-built aircraft. It's not a kit-built or amateur-built or anything like that. So that was, and thank you to the RA Australia, that's the Recreational Aircraft Australia. They actually came to the rescue, and it's registered. The breakthrough actually happened in December, and it's actually 10 months since the aircraft was shipped from Ireland. It's taken that long to get, well, nowhere. There she is, isn't she nice? She's beautiful. And I come out here and I get very, very excited, giving the battery a charge. I get very, very excited when I see it. But when I'm at home with the paperwork and with the bureaucracy, just sometimes think to myself, is it worth it? And I come out here, and I'm trying to organize a hangar. It's actually, the aircraft is actually parked. We shipped it, I brought it here. John Graber helped me, and we brought the wings over, and we brought the fuselage over, and it's been parked here for a while. And as I say, I've just come out to do some work on it, and I'm actually trying now to get a hangar space at Northam. While I wait, it'll be parked out. It will be under the weather. Nothing I can do about it. But and then the next thing is, once I've done all of the maintenance checks, the guys at Northern Air Services are going to be helping me. They've been enormously helpful up to this moment. They're actually storing the wings for me just to help me out, which is really nice of them. And they'll be doing the work to get it all sorted. Hopefully we won't hit any snags, but it's not a complicated airplane. And this is my 4th glider that I've owned. I've owned 2 other Motorgliders and a pure glider before this one, and really it's a very simple airplane. I got my private pilot's license when I was 25. It's not current in Australia. I have been doing some flying in Australia. I've been flying Cessnas, and more recently a TACNAM 288. The TACNAM I flew because it was an RAA registered aircraft, light, 600 kilograms. This is a little less than that, and it was a high wing, same engine as this, except the 100 horsepower, but operationally they're almost identical. And I found it very easy to fly. and I flew this in 2006. It was so easy to fly, really, really. And then I was flying Cessna 150s and 152s then regularly, and I climbed into this thing, and it flew itself. So easy to fly. So anyway, that's a little update for you, and hopefully we'll be in the air quite soon. What shocking surprise? Ask him what's this and can we like something like First time to start the engine. Now I've pointed it into wind, and I'm going to take this very, very easy indeed, because I have no idea if the wheel brakes work. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this now. I'm so excited about this. We've still got a way to go. Tomorrow I'm at Northern Air Services. They're going to check out the aircraft, and the taxi runners proved to me that there are a few issues. Got an oil leak, a fuel leak from the fuel drain valve and filter, so that's probably an O-ring problem, probably a simple problem, and the brakes don't work. No brakes, no foot brakes at all, none at all. So that was the purpose of this, just to get a feel. The Pipistrel has two tie-down eyes on the wings, so I can mount a camera here. So if I mounted a camera there, so these are my test shots, if I mounted a camera there, that's how it would look in flight. I prefer to sit on the left when flying, and this aircraft is set up like that, so that my camera would be sitting like that, and in the air that should look pretty nice. I've spent the day here chilling. It's been brilliant. Just, you know, I don't know about you, but when I get to relax at home, I can never relax. There's always stuff to do. So I come out here and I set up my camp in Little Wood. It's up my little country airfield. One of the challenges with living in Australia, you know, generally I find the people amazingly friendly, helpful, always there to lend a hand, always there, you know, it's wonderful actually. But the bureaucracy in getting something so simple done. There was a time where building a hangar here, you're not allowed to live in it, but it had to have a toilet suitable for disabled people. These are private hangars. That's like saying you have to have something like that in your private home. Then the person who decided that was a good idea left, and then somebody else came in and said, you can't put a toilet there because it's too close to the river. So the rules change all the time. And there's another place called Northern Air Park that not Northern Air Park, White Gum Air Park. And that's a possibility. But here's the deal. You can build a hangar. It has to have a laundry. Okay, it has to have a laundry. But in the same lease agreement, you may not live there. Somebody thought that made logical sense. And that's what we have to deal with in Australia. Australia is the most wonderful country, busy strangling itself with bureaucracy. It doesn't make things safer, it just makes things difficult. And yeah, sure, there are some things that make it safer and better for the environment, sure, but so many of it are made up by the guy who's got the job today will just say, oh, we'll do that this way because I feel like it's today. Pretty little thing, isn't she? I'm very pleased with her. So what I need to do is just make sure that all of the electrics are turned off. I need to unlock the brakes and make sure that they are unlocked. That's off, those are all off, and that's secure. Hello again. It's only 4 days later and ta-da! I have achieved the impossible. I have found a hangar for my aircraft. To me, this is a huge breakthrough. This is as significant as any other. It's as significant as having the plane arrive in Australia. It's significant as putting on the wings and starting the engine for the first time. Is to find a place, a home for my airplane. Because you must remember something. Those of you who don't understand this kind of flying. Flying is all about aeroplanes. It's not just the flying. It's all of the things that go with it. And because, well, you need a home for those things to meet. The covers that I'm using were supplied by Pipistrel. And honestly, they haven't had a chance of success because they're too light. So this would be torn to shreds probably within 2 weeks. It's quite windy here. And so, again, just so grateful. There's the hangar over there. Just so grateful that I've managed to, and this is how I managed it. Like my previous flying club, when I arrived, I knew hangaraging is a problem. So put your plane out, and people see it, people notice it. And then whenever I speak to anybody, I mention looking for a hangar, and they'd say, well, what do you want to do? You want to buy, build, rent? And I'd say, yep, all three of those, whatever, okay, I just want a hangar. And that's exactly what happened here. Parked out there, most of the time with no wings on it, and then people started talking about it. And as I've mentioned, those nice people helping and putting the wrapping back to protect it. And now, because it was there, I now have a home for it. So what I'm doing now is I have bought 2 of these vehicle wheel trolleys. I'm just assembling this one now. Because of the long wingspan, this hangar is 15 meters length. So in other words, it'll fit in here with probably less than a foot to spare. And we're going to clear out this area around here. We're going to do that this morning and move this beautiful little RV6, and we'll have to slide it in sideways, and therefore I put these under the main wheels, and I've got another little trolley to sit under the nose wheel, and we will literally push and pull the plane out sideways. I hope it fits. It's gonna be tight. Well, there's not a lot of space, but we got it in. Now it's a bit messy in here, a bit cluttered, but that's not really a problem. See, there's not much space. And that's the challenge with Motorgliders the 15-meter wingspan makes finding hangar space all the more difficult. But the fact that it is protected from the wind now, to me, is a real big deal. So, now, what I've got to do from now is finish paperwork, applications, and finish my license endorsement, and then I can fly. This year I have a big trip to Oman, Emirates, and South Africa, and then after that a month back, and then to the US. Will I fly before I go to the US? It's a long shot, to be honest. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you'll like and subscribe. And well, I know it's not my normal content, but I will be doing the occasional airplane stuff. So those of you who are interested in airplanes, lots more to come.